Well, hello. Sorry, not only did a message improperly timed hit and reset, or it caused a big blip on my computer, but apparently my computer at the same time decided that it was time to update some shit, and it had already been on for an hour. Uh, yeah, I'm sorry I got stuck on that one. We're going to be talking about representation. Yeah, hey, to the guy who actually made my computer blurb up and shut down because I'm not kidding you, man. When you deleted your message, you did something because then I never saw anything after that. Like my computer, everything went blank. I had to restart my computer and then apparently, had to update some shit because my computer had been on for an hour, and all of a sudden, every update that was possible hit. So I had to update my camera. I had to update everything to even get up and running again. So now I'm up and running again. But now that that's fucking done, let's see. Starting off, where do I start? You have representation like Marco Rubio, and you have J.D. Vance on the Republican side, which is a shit choice. And then on the left, you have AOC and Gavin Newsom. I don't like AOC myself. I don't think she's proven herself enough. I think she's still a little too underripe for being president. And I think Gavin Newsom has some issues. My biggest issue with him personally, and a lot of people have parroted this, is that Gavin Newsom does not have a handle on his own state. He represents, or he's the governor of California. They have a huge homeless problem due to mental incapacitation or mental issues, and some are drug issues. And then others are just homeless because they can't afford anything because landlords don't give a fuck. They want their money. If they decide to charge more, you're screwed. It's like, y'all aren't supposed to fucking price gouge your shit at everything just because you can. But this is what is happening. And if I get off camera for a second to do anything, it's to plug the camera in. I don't know how long this live is going to be, but I plan on not burrowing the fucking battery down to nothing. But yeah. Gavin Newsom can't even put a dent in the homeless problem in California, so I'm not for him. And AOC, for me, is too young to solve the problems of the entire country. Do I like some of her progressive policies? Yes, I do. Do I enjoy Marco Rubio and JD Vance? Not at all. Like, once upon a time, not so long ago, less than a decade ago, JD Vance was shitting on the president and saying he was unqualified, blah, blah, blah. And now he's sucking the dick of the guy with the ring. Married to an Indian lady. And yeah, I don't care that she's Indian. I really don't give a shit. She'd be who she wants to be. That's on her, not me. You know? It's that kind of a thing. For me, I'm going right now. The best chance for a prize ticket right now is, I know this is going to be controversial, but I put Pete Buttigieg at the top and Kamala Harris below that. The only issue with Kamala Harris is I don't think she wants to be vice president again. She wants to have the top job. I don't necessarily think that's the right thing to do right this moment. Hi, and I don't know where you're hearing this stuff, true crime, but yeah, I'm trying to stay on topic, not, well, it almost sounds like you're bringing up Fox News topics. And for me, the sad part is you've got Republicans and the right wing trying to tell us they have the right candidates right now. No, what you have is a populist president who's a fragile narcissist right now. He is not a good guy. He is not a fair businessman at all. He wants everybody to deal with him personally. That way he can personally exact his kind of revenge on you based on the deal he's making. That is literally how he does his business. He wants to put you down in negotiations to prove that you're not a very good deal maker. Because according to him, sure as fuck not the art of the deal, but according to him, he's one of the best deal makers on the planet. And I don't buy that at all. I think what we need, because we don't have this, is an independent candidate or even a Democratic one who, when they come under review and they come under fire, when they're asked the hard questions, and when they start getting down to personal stuff, have you done drugs? Yeah, that was a while ago, though. Who wasn't doing it back then? And if the puerile Christian right says, well, we weren't doing it, yeah, you guys were also wearing hoop skirts and going to sock hops at your church. You weren't living in the real world where most of us were living on our own and working jobs. You were living right next door to mommy and daddy or living with mommy and daddy until you started dating and then you got married. Not all of us live like that. A lot of people get kicked out when they're 18 or even before. Just like a lot of parents are like, well, when you hit 18, you're out the door. Okay, I understand that, but you're not preparing your child for that. Coddling them until they're grown adults and letting them take on the real world without any prep is bullshit. My parents prepared me for the real world. Was I prepared for it? No, but I got used to it. We need a president who has decent policies, who has a brain, who doesn't talk to everybody like they're 5 years old and repeats things incessantly. That way it bakes in the skulls of the elderly population. Now, the right wing, the elderly, and the people who are raised to rigidly follow their religious practices because of their pastor are nominally the reasons. And these people also watch CNN, Fox News, all these other garbage news shows to listen to pro right wing slanted news all the time because they want to hear what they want to hear. They don't want to hear anything else. They want to hear how bad everything is, how destructive everything is, and how if we don't go back to God, we're going to fall as a nation because we believe in God. Well, not everybody believes in God anymore. If you do, kudos to you, but it doesn't mean that God expects you to follow a strict line for every damn thing. Like, yeah, if you have to pray because your daughter asked for $5 for a candy bar at school, you're overthinking it. And what I see a lot of is these pundits, these guest star pundits who are, well, we need to get back to God. We need to get back to real religion. We need to get back to this. We need to bring school back to Jesus. No, that's a Christian nationalist thing. That means you're trying to push for church in schools, which is not how it's supposed to be. In the Constitution, it says there shall be a separation of church and state. And then there's the people paying out money to churches because they think that paying tithe will put you in good graces with God. What does God need money for? If an invisible God says he needs money, what does he need it for? He's omnipotent. He knows everything. He can change everything. He doesn't need money. That's a church is begging for you to fund them. And yeah, I just don't. I see we need a candidate who is salt of the earth and not an idiot. Yes, I know how to do this. No, I don't know how to do that. Yes, I did drugs. I may have had sex with a few people before I got married. There's no crime in that. Literally, there's no crime to it. Those of you who were raised in one of those families where there's no sex before marriage, there's no doing drugs, no drinking, you have to maintain the strict standard for whom? You're not going to be, you will die eventually. Everybody's going to die. But we need a candidate who's not afraid to stand up and say, hey, I'm running, I'm starting up this now. You either get out of the way or join up. And no, it's not a proletarian thing. Well, I'll stomp you. It's like, vote for who you want to. All I'm going to say is that I am going to keep some safeholds in place, but we're going to be progressive. We're going to move forward as a society. This crap of churches always saying that homosexuality is an abomination is bullshit. Has been, always will be bullshit. That's a classic misinterpretation of a Bible verse that was misinterpreted and reinterpreted in error. The church doesn't want you to believe that because, well, it's convenient. It pushes their values on you. The church wants you to live a nice Christian life. They want you to live like a very strict Amish community where they want you to learn what they want you to learn. They want you to learn the heritage of their ideology. And like I said, this isn't going to be a very long podcast I know of. But I'll let you guys do with that because we need a proper candidate who's not afraid to come up and say, hey, I'm the leader of I'm going to do this. I'm going to do da 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 da, and then just do it and shake up our fundamentalists and possibly get them voted out of office. I would speak more on this, but I also don't want to have to plug in my computer. So with that, you guys have a great day, and just sit and think on that. We need a candidate who's going to come out and say, yeah, I'm running. Trump just passed his first year mark. Let's do something. Let's get it going. Instead of this crap, I might run. Announce you're running now. Trump didn't announce 1 year before he ran. He announced it well before then. And then when Biden was in office, well, I don't know. Dude, we all knew you were running. We need the kind of candidate who's not afraid to stand up and say, hey, I'm running. This is my platform. This is what I believe in. We're going to be progressive. We're going to keep some pillars of sanity in place. We're going to go for it. And yes, we need someone like Obama, but hopefully we'll get something like Obama, just different. But I want you guys to think about that. So have fun and stay thirsty.